Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new, thanks so much for stopping by and clicking on today's video. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much yet again for stopping by for another speed build. So today's speed build is very special because if you are a returning viewer or you're a subscriber, you're probably like, Ashley, you already uploaded this week. Why are you uploading again? There's not a new pack out. What are you doing? Well, this is a special week and this is a special month because there's just the holidays are happening and I have some time off during this month because of the holidays. So I wanted to just do something special and upload twice a week for the month of December. So all of December I will be uploading twice. I'll just have one normal build, whether it's like, you know, themed or not themed, it doesn't really matter. But then the second video that I'll be putting up every week is going to be more specific. So with that being said, I don't know if this is really going to be a series or anything, but I just recently opened up a brand new game. All the worlds are untouched, and I figured that it'd be kind of nice since we've had so many different updates to the base game recently with, like, you know, a couple different items like artwork pieces. And we have some new swatches, which of course that was quite a while ago now. But if you're living under a rock, there's so many new swatches. I want to say it was like over 1,200 or something ridiculous like that. So I wanted to just do something special in Willow Creek because Willow Creek is one of the worlds that comes with base game with The Sims 4. And I wanted to just make this easy and accessible for people that don't have very many packs, or they just only have The Sims 4 and no expansion packs. So this would be very versatile for really anyone that plays The Sims 4. And to be honest, I think we kind of all know this, Willow Creek and just lots of the worlds in general, but honestly, Willow Creek, you need some help. So I'm here to save the day for you. So what I'm doing in this series is I'm just redoing some houses that are in Willow Creek. And I wanted to start off in Foundry Cove, which is like the neighborhood that's like in the bottom portion, like bottom more right corner portion of the Willow Creek map. That neighborhood is specifically one of my favorites, and I think it's just because of how close the houses are to each other, and I feel like that's how a lot of the houses are in Willow Creek too anyway. But I really like kind of what I was doing in this neighborhood in one of my other save files, and I just thought it would be nice to just redo it for anyone that, you know, wants some new houses, and they're not like gonna be super expensive either. I wanted to keep, especially this neighborhood, more starter home friendly. So this build does end up coming out to 20,742 simoleons. So not a bad price at all. It ends up still staying 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. We are working on Crick Cabana, if you weren't aware of that. It is one of the 20 by 15 lots that's over here in Foundry Cove. And I figured I may as well just kind of let you guys, or like read you guys a little portion of what the neighborhood is described as by the game itself. So I just put in quotes, lots of character, and then in parentheses, and its share of characters. Residents enjoy modest homes with a canal nearby for fishing and a charming active railroad. So to my knowledge, the only neighbors, or like, yeah, I guess neighbors or only households that are actually placed in this neighborhood specifically when you open up a brand new save file are the besties, right? Pretty sure the bestie roommates or whatever. So I don't really know too much about their backstories, but I'm assuming that they're kind of interesting. I'm not really sure that they have lots of character. That's kind of what I'm getting, and that's me just taking, you know, these words quite literally. But anyway, I play tested here. I did just play test with a single sim and a toddler though, to ensure that all the toddler interactions were completely functioning. I figured that this house would be perfect for a couple and 1 toddler. So unless this family just wants to stick with the 1 kid, then, you know, they might need to move out at some point, you know, once they have 2 kids or 3 kids. Now, luckily with bunk beds, you do have the option and way more space, and with different tiny living items and stuff with like the Murphy bed and whatnot, you can definitely make it work, but again, this is a base game build, so no Murphy beds here. I could have done bunk beds, but I really just wanted to make this a true starter. Like, this is a couple's very first home, and honestly, maybe they're gonna be moving soon, and this is just what it looks like now with their one toddler living here. But I did end up placing some gardening pots, a bicycle, some books, a small TV, like I said, some toddler activities, and I did end up placing an empty desk for a sim with a laptop. The desk does end up being in the master bedroom or in the parents' bedroom. And with that being said, with the whole like master thing, I know I've said this in my builds before, what I kind of think of like a quote unquote master bedroom is a bedroom that has an ensuite bathroom. This one does not. Like I said, it's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. So the bathroom just opens up to the hallway that is also shared with the hall or with the other doors for the bedrooms. So you walk into this hallway, you know, past the living room and the kitchen, and then it leads you to the 2 bedrooms and the 1 bathroom. And that's pretty much that. There's no actual like side door or back door to get you out to like any kind of side yard or backyard, because this build does not have it. This build is, like I said, a 20 by 15, so it's pretty tiny, and I just wanted to keep it as is. I didn't want to expand. I didn't necessarily want to get rid of anything. And if I was going to get rid of any walls, for example, I wanted it to be interior walls. And of course, if you're renovating a home, you can easily expand, you know, assuming you've got the funds for it. But also, like I said, I wanted to keep this in the starter home price range for you, to make it easier. Maybe you don't even need to use any cheats to get your Sims here. Maybe they have a little bit of extra money, and then once they move in here, they, you know, they've pretty much spent all their money, but it's within their price range. So that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to make this build way too expensive or anything, so I did have to rely a bit on the debug plants just to make the landscaping cheaper. Essentially, it's free. I think I maybe do use some of the items actually from the build and buy catalog and not from the debug catalog, but you get where I'm going. I just wanted to keep everything in a decent price range so it's easy for anyone to get to. It's very accessible, and you might not even need to use cheats with it. The only cheat that you do have to use, though, if you do decide to download this off the gallery, is the move objects cheat. And honestly, I feel like I should make that a disclaimer, but at the same time, it's like I'm always gonna place things within the grid of other items. I just love to clutter and whatnot, so that's always gonna be a given for pretty much any of my builds. I'd never stick to the grid because sticking to the grid is so basic. No offense if that's what you do. I definitely did that for the longest time. You know, at one point I was young and I didn't, you know, have the knowledge that I do now with The Sims, but either way, that's neither here nor there. This build is within your price range. It's great. It works well for, like I said, 2 to 3 Sims, one of them being a toddler. And I don't know, maybe this sim is into gardening, maybe they're not. Maybe the gardening pots are just here for the looks, and if you decide to, you know, maybe place some flowers in there just from the build buy catalog or whatever, just to make it look good, you could do that as well. I'm definitely guilty of doing that myself. But yeah, if you do want to download this off the gallery, it will be under my name, Ashley Angelina, with 2 Y's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. And if you want to see the screenshots over on Instagram, you can check that out. It's the same name, Ashley Angelina, with 2 Y's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. And I always post my screenshots, not all of them, but most of them over on Twitter. Same, actually no, not the same name. It's Ashley Angelina with 2 Y's and 1 A at the end of Angelina. So if you want to follow me over there, that'd be great. You know, I'm getting better with the whole Twitter thing. I'm not crazy about necessarily doing New Year's resolutions, but I think it is good to make goals for yourself, even like especially small ones, like using Twitter a little bit more to my advantage. That's not that crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like that should not be a New Year's resolution because it's just so simple. It literally would take like 2 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So it's just silly. But anyway, yeah, this will be on the gallery for you. And right now we're just adding in a bicycle. I thought that this house would look very cute with just some updated paint, updated windows. I think I switched out the door. We had like a shorter door here, and to me that just didn't quite make sense for a medium wall height. So I did want to stick with the medium wall height just because I've been trying to branch out and be more okay with the medium wall height. I'm a short wall height gal typically, but again, since this is a renovation, I didn't want to mess with the wall height too much. I feel like if you were to move into a house, you kind of have to stick with the bones of the house unless you're completely gutting it, but obviously we didn't do that here. We just are redoing furnishing and kind of layouts and making things just make more sense, because to be quite honest, these builds, the way they're furnished, don't always make sense. So that's what we were going for here. But either way, we're coming up on the end of the build. So I know I rambled a lot through this, but you guys will be seeing for the rest of the month 3 more builds where I redo parts of Willow Creek, and I hope you guys do enjoy them. And I hope that you enjoyed today's build, and make sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you can follow me, or oh my gosh, be subscribed to me on here. I'm tired, okay? I just need to stop. But either way, I hope to see you guys next week in next week's other build. Bye. I'm being so bad. I'm drinking a beer and it's a heavy beer. This is actually a Stone Hazy IPA. It is a whopping 6.7 alcohol volume. It's really good. It's almost kind of sour and I can't quite place the flavors because I'm really bad about that stuff. The back says tropical, citrusy, juicy. That sounded really gross, my bad.